The state of Nigeria's libraries has remained the same for several decades.
I think one of the biggest problems we have in the education sector as a whole is the fact that funding is quite difficult. So that is why we don't have up to state of the art public libraries and things like that. But I think we need to it's an area that we really need to focus on, I admit. And I think but there are also other ways that we can fund these through grants and from international multilateral agencies. So there are ways that we can look at it, but I think we just haven't explored that yet. But I think we will get there. I have confidence that the people that are the stakeholders within the education sector understand what the problems are, and they're working towards trying to improve it.
According to a survey conducted by the Librarian Registration Council of Nigeria, there are 316 public libraries in Nigeria with 510 qualified librarians and 21.3 million printed materials that include books and journals. Not only are there very few libraries around the country, but unavailability of reading materials has led to dwindling reading culture among students.
If reading materials are not available, I want to tell you that despite the fact that the ICT has taken over, where people go into their smartphone, their handset, and begin to read their text messages, WhatsApp messages, and so on and so forth. Even where you have that, you find out that it is because when reading materials are not available, they cannot. But where you provide enough literature materials, that will make students to look for them.
The education standard in Nigeria has continued to be on a downward slope due to lack of library facilities and poor reading culture. Here at a private library, we examine the collections of books and how it affects the reading culture.
According to UNESCO, Nigeria spends much less than the benchmark 26% of its annual budget on education.
We realized that children don't get to read on time. Two factors: either the media, the interest in the media, computer age and all that. However, the e-library is also helping. It has its place, it has its advantage. Currently in our school, how do we help our children? We take advantage of global events that affects reading, like the World Book Day, which comes up every 1st of March.
The government is basically the people who, like the educational inspectors and our ministers and all of that. I think they must take some proactive steps concerning this building up of a reading culture. There must be some avenue for every school to have a reading room. It doesn't have to be a sophisticated something. It can just be one of the classrooms that is turned into a reading room where there is a sort of library and books are put in place. They don't have to be expensive books, but at least let's have some books which can be built upon every year in every school. Sometimes I think it's more of not paying attention to some of these things. So I think if our government will just pay some attention to this, they will be able to, put in some votes towards getting libraries for every school, and then insisting that even the private schools also ensure that they have reading rooms.
On its logo, the National Library described itself as Nigeria's intellectual storehouse and data bank. How true is this claim considering the situation of the edifice? OLUWATOBI ENITAN, Roots TV, Nigeria.